Hello friends, welcome to engineering tutorial. So far we have discussed various things related to vectors, starting from the basic concepts about the triangle law, parallelogram law and polygon law of vector addition. Now we'll discuss some basic properties of vectors. Okay. So the first one is multiplication of a vector by real number. Suppose we have a vector A. Okay. Suppose we multiply the vector with a number, let's say 2. Then what we will get? Suppose this is A vector. This 2A vector will simply be a vector with magnitude twice that of the original vector. Okay, B vector equals to A vector, but in the same direction. The direction of B vector and A vector are the same, only the magnitude is doubled. Okay, in general, if we multiply any real number n with a vector, then the magnitude will be multiplied n times, but the direction will stay the same. The direction of B vector and A vector will stay the same, only the magnitude will get multiplied. Okay, the direction will remain unchanged. Okay, the magnitude of B will get multiplied n times. Direction will remain unchanged, same direction. The second case is when a vector is multiplied by a scalar quantity. Okay, a magnitude, a quantity which has only magnitude. I have discussed about the basic concept about scalars and vectors. Okay, a scalar is a quantity which has only magnitude. It is defined only by the magnitude, no information about the direction. So if we have a vector and that vector is multiplied by a scalar quantity to create a new vector, let the scalar be S, is multiplied, then we will get a new vector B vector which has its magnitude multiplied S times, but the direction stays the same. The direction will be same case as in multiplication by a real number. If we multiply any vector A vector with a scalar quantity, let's say S, okay, then the magnitude will become S times that of the original vector magnitude, but the direction will stay the same. Another important point with respect to both multiplication by a real number and a scalar, suppose we multiply a real number, a negative real number, let's say minus n, A vector, B vector is let's say minus NA vector, then the magnitude of the new vector will be n times a, but the direction will be opposite. Okay, the direction will be opposite because of the negative sign, will be opposite to a vector. The magnitude of b vector will be n times a, but the direction of b vector will be opposite because of the negative sign. Okay, so here also, in case of multiplication of a vector by a scalar, if the scalar value is negative, then the magnitude will become s times a. Okay, but if s is negative, then the direction will be opposite to that of a vector. Okay, so both the multiplication of a vector by a real number or a scalar quantity is the same. Okay, the concept behind them is same. The magnitude will get multiplied n times or s times depending on the real number and the scalar quantity. The direction depends on the sign of the real number and the scalar quantity. If the direction is positive, the sign is positive, then the direction of both the vectors will be the same. If the sign is negative, then the direction will be opposite. Okay, so this is the multiplication of a vector by a real number and a scalar. So now we'll discuss the third property associated with vectors, which is about the vector addition. And this third property, it says that vector addition obeys commutative law. Okay, so what does it mean? So let us say we have two vectors, a vector and b vector. The resultant of these two vectors, let's say, is r vector, which is given by a vector plus b vector. So according to the commutative law, if we change the order of addition, b vector plus a vector, it will be equal. There will be no change. We will get the same resultant no matter in which order we add the two vectors, a vector plus b vector or b vector plus a vector. So what we are trying to say is, let us say we have two vectors. First this a vector and then b vector. We will get the resultant r. Then if we first take b vector, and then add a vector, also we will get the same r. Okay, the resultant will stay the same no matter in which order we add the two vectors, first a vector then b vector, or first b vector then a vector. Okay, no matter in which order we add the two vectors that are involved, it will be the same, we'll get the same resultant. This is the commutative law. Okay, so now we'll discuss the fourth property related to vectors. Again, this is vector addition, which is that vector addition obeys the associative law. So it means that if we have three vectors, let's say a vector, b vector and c vector. Okay, then what it says that, suppose by adding these three vectors, a vector plus b vector plus c vector, we will get the same resultant again if we do it in this way or we do it in this way. That is, first we add a vector and b vector, and with the resultant of a vector and b vector we add c vector. We will get the net resultant r vector. We will also get the same resultant if we first add b vector and c vector, and with the resultant of b vector and c vector we will add the a vector. So in terms of the graphical way, let us understand it. Suppose we have the vectors a vector, b vector and c vector. Now, with the first thing, a vector and b vector, the resultant is this. A vector and b vector, the resultant of these two is this, r, a, b. Okay, let us write it here, r, a, b, the resultant of a and b. And with the resultant of a and b we'll add c vector. So this will be the net resultant r vector, which is this. So first we added a and b. With the net resultant of rab, the resultant of a and b, we added c to get this total resultant r. In this way, if we do again the same thing, a vector, b vector, c vector. So first if we add b and c vector, b vector and c vector, the resultant will be this. It is RBC. Then with RBC, the resultant of b and c, we add a vector, then this will be the resultant r. Which is the same, the value is the same, we will get the same r vector, the resultant will be the same. So this is what the associative law states. No matter in which way we add the three vectors, we will get the same resultant, net resultant r. So this is the associative law of vector addition. So these are some of the basic properties related to vectors. So we have discussed that. So I hope you like these videos. So if you like the video, please subscribe to my channel Engineering Tutorial for more such videos related to science, engineering and technology. Have a great day. Thank you very much.